This is 8.2b of geometry. So we're going to look at another special triangle. We're going to look at the 30, 60, 90 triangle. So this one has 3 different side lengths since it's not an isosceles triangle. S, S root 3, and 2s. So you can either just memorize that, or let me show you the proof of it, how we can figure it out. So let's start with an equilateral triangle. All angles are 60, and let's call each side 2s. Oops, 2s. So now I'm going to split this so that each of these angles up here are 30, and that these parts are equal. If this whole bottom part is 2s, then each of these are s. So now let's just pull one of those triangles aside. Oh, these are also right angles. So we've got 60, 90, or 30. We got 2s over here, and we got s here. This is a right triangle, which means I can use the Pythagorean Theorem. So I've got, let's call this side x. Okay, I've got x squared plus s squared equals 2s squared. So I get x squared plus s squared equals 2 squared is 4 and s squared is s squared. I'm trying to solve for my x, so I'm going to subtract s squared from both sides. So I get that x squared is equal to 3s squared. And then I'm going to take the square root of both sides, and I get that x is equal to the square root of 3s squared. But let's split that up. I get the square root of 3 and the square root of s squared. Well, this squared and this square root are just going to cancel out, so that I get that x is equal to s root 3. So you can memorize it, but also you can figure it out on your own using an equilateral triangle. And that whole proof, again, is in your book. So I'm going to draw out our triangle again. So up here is our 30 degree, we got 90, 60, we've got s, 2s, and s root 3. Okay, so we're going to find those two values in this picture up here. So we need to start matching up with sides. What side does 5 match up with? Well, 5 has the right angle and the 30 degree angle next to it. So here's our right angle and our 30 degrees, so it matches up with s root 3. So 5 is equal to s root 3. And I need to know what s is, so I'm going to try to get s alone, so I'm going to divide by root 3 on both sides. So this is going to cancel off, and I get that s is equal to 5 over square root of 3. But remember, I'm not allowed to keep square root of 3 in the bottom, so I'm going to multiply by the square root of 3 over the square root of 3. So on top I get 5 square root 3 over 3. And I can't simplify that anymore because 5 can't be divided by 3. So here's my s. And so if I look at D, he's between the 90 and the 60. So he matches up with the s that's between the 90 and the 60. Okay, so I get that D is equal to S. So since I just solved for S down here, that means that D is equal to 5 square root of 3 over 3. And then our last side is the only one that's left, or it's in between the 60 and the 30, right? So F matches up with that 2S. So F is equal to 2 times 5 root 3 over 3. And to multiply those, I'll write 2 as a fraction, so 2 over 1. On the top, 2 times 5 is 10, so this is 10 root 3 over 1 times 3 is just 3. I can't simplify this. 10, it can't be divided by 3. So F is equal to 10 root 3 over 3. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to do our got it problem. And in our got it problem, they say to make this part 18. Okay, so here's my 90 degree. 30 and my 60. So again, I'll draw our triangle. It's not quite to scale, but 30, 90, 60. This is 2s, s, and s root 3. So that 18 is between the 30 and the 60 degree, right? So that matches up with 2s. So 18 is equal to 2s. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get that s is equal to 9. So then to figure the other sides out, right, to figure out, we'll call this one x and y, x matches up with the s, right, because it's between the 90 and the 60 degree. So I just solved that s is 9, so that means that x is equal to 9. And y matches up with our only other side, the one between the 30 and the right angle. So y matches up with s root 3. Since we already solved for s, we get y is equal to 9 root 3. And there's your homework.